Hi everybody, in this session we are going to go over JavaScript comments. I know we've been talking about comments as one of the components of JavaScript language. Let's see in details what JavaScript comments are. So JavaScript comments can be used to explain JavaScript code and to make it more readable. JavaScript comments can also be used to prevent execution when testing alternative code. Now enough of the theory, let's go and try and play with some comments and see what happens. So let's hit the code and see what we are doing here. So as you can see, I have an h tag and I have a p tag, and what I'm doing is I'm updating my header and my paragraph in the JavaScript with the inner HTML. Now, if I don't want my header to be executed or header to be updated, all I need to do is put a double slash and it will not be executed. You can see it got reverted to the original JavaScript comment. Similarly, if I want to update the paragraph, I just comment the same line here. And you saw that the original my paragraph text is still retained. So a comment basically tells the JavaScript don't execute this code, it is just for information. And anything which is from the point that these two slashes start to the end of the line, don't execute anything. So that's a single line comment. We also have another variety which is called as a multi-line comment. So here if I give a slash and an asterisk and I close it with a slash, asterisk and a slash, again these particular lines are now commented. So usually you use this for commenting a big chunk or a block versus a single line comment being for a single line. Now single line comments can also be used to be a little more elaborative of the code which is at the particular line. So let's say for instance I have a variable x which is equal to 5 and I say declare x and give it a value of 5. So anyone else who is reading this particular piece of code will understand what I'm trying to do. Of course, this is a very basic example and the logics can get really complicated. And that is where comments are really very handy. Similarly, if I need to write a multi-line comment for this particular block of code, the way I will write it is, I will put in an asterisk and a slash which is a multi-block comment, and I'll start describing what this piece of code does. So for instance, the code below will update the header. The code will also update the paragraph. So I can put in a little more information if I want to. This is just another line of comment. So I can put in as much information as I need to, and that can be more elaborative for the person who's using. Mostly you will see multi-line comments being used either in block of code, which is mostly a function, or probably a big chunk of code of logic that you need to comment it so that it does not execute and you can see the behavior without that piece of code.